This new moon in Capricorn is happening at 1 degree of the sign, and it is taking place on Friday, December 23rd at 5:36 in the morning Eastern time. And so what this means is that it is an excellent time for us to think about what we want to manifest, what do we want to work for, to achieve, to create long-term success in our lives for the coming year of 2023. So Capricorn energy is notorious for being a hard worker, disciplined, having integrity, so really walking the talk, really honoring your purpose, your calling, like what it is that you want to work with, and showing up and doing the work. When we have a new moon in Capricorn, the moon is at home in Cancer, and in Capricorn is in a detriment. It doesn't feel so emotional. It can get emotionally cut off, and so this is why it is such an emotional, sober moon, because it's not that it doesn't feel, it feels, but it immediately takes responsibility and it gets to work for what it's feeling. So in one end of the spectrum, this can be like if you have been completely ignoring your emotions and completely focusing yourself in your responsibilities and work, and just not taking time to nurture yourself, to pay attention, then this new moon can bring up a lot of bitterness for you, a lot of having to do things because you should, or because you have to, or because somebody told you to, and you're just, it really feels heavy on your shoulders. It feels stressful, and it feels just this. It's an energy of like resisting through life and carrying so much that can literally, like, you feel that in your bones, you feel that in the curvature of your spine. Capricorn rules the bones, Capricorn rules the skin, Capricorn rules the alignment. And so it's a moment for us to get in alignment with what we truly want to show up for and work for, because it's an energy that requires hard work. So are we going to show up with an energy of, I have to do this because I have to make money, because I have to be successful, because I have to do something for myself? Or do you get to do that because you're here, you're a human being, and the exchange for being here and being human is for you to work on manifesting the life that you want to create, and doing that with so much joy? And that is where Jupiter in Aries is going to help us tap into that, to ignite us, to have us really show up for what is true and authentic to our core, for what it feels, to stand up for what we, each individual, wants to really do. So we could see with this energy a lot of us saying no and standing up and saying, you know what, I'm done with this responsibility. And some of us really showing up and saying, I want to do this. I am feeling so regenerated, so ignited, so passionate, so courageous to take chance, to take this leap of faith. That's Jupiter in Aries. And just go head first. Let me do it. So in one hand, this can be really helpful for those of us that have been maybe feeling a little stagnant. The energy of Capricorn is this place where we can sometimes just like overthink things, or having some sort of like self-doubt, or it's where we don't think we're good enough, we don't think that we have enough practice, or we don't think that we are that we have what it takes, right? And so with Capricorn energy, it's a reminder that unless you try it, unless you do it, unless you practice it and you go at it every day, you're not going to become an expert. And so with Jupiter in Aries, it's that cosmic push that it's getting us to stop overthinking it, stop thinking we don't have what it takes, and just go, plunge head first, do it, take action, take initiative, and figure it out as you go, right? And so this is a really great opportunity to get us up and going and motivated. And also because Jupiter and Aries can be impulsive and can be head first and just like not really thinking things through or planning things through, just really making sure and being mindful that you're not putting too many things on your plate, because Jupiter can get overwhelming, can get so excited, and can feel this energy of just like, all the fire, like it can just burn through the night and keep going and going and going and going and going until you are burnt out, until your adrenals are like, excuse me, can we stop now, right? So again, just notice in your life, where are you really needing to ignite yourself? Where are you really needing to motivate yourself? This is a great energy. And also pay attention that as you get super excited and motivated, that you don't overdo it, or you don't take on too many things, and just know how to pace yourself so that that energy is consistent and it lasts and it feels through, versus just like whoosh, burning through all that energy and like an ignition, right? So the other thing with the energy of Capricorn and the moon in Capricorn, since it is in this detriment, it is a great opportunity for us to just like really feel into like what are our responsibilities, and where are the places where we've hardened up, where are the places where we have just completely overlooked our emotions, and just have been so focused on achieving and getting to a place that we have forgotten to perhaps really connect to why are we even doing it in the first place. So when you're setting your intentions for this 2023, you really want to come from that place of that emotional connection of why you're doing it. Because if you don't have that emotional connection, and you're just doing it because you have to, you're just doing it because of the pressure, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose the willingness to do it in the middle of it. And that's the tendency that we have with cardinal signs, with Capricorn, with Aries energy, and the rest of the cardinal signs are Cancer and Libra, is that they're great at starting stuff, but then they tend to just lose their fire through the project. And so just making sure that you're constantly coming back to the reason why that is. And again, you have to connect to that emotional part of why do you want to get there, right? So with bringing up the cardinal signs, it's just also a reminder that if you have any planets around the 1st through 4 degrees of Capricorn, and also the other cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, this new moon is going to feel extra. You're going to feel this new moon even more. It's going to ignite you more, or you're really going to come into that realization of like, where are the places where you've hardened up, or the places where you're doing things because you should and you have to, and really changing that story, right? Like opening your mind, opening your perception. That's what Jupiter does. It lets you, it helps you see things from a different perspective, and just completely change the story, or change your beliefs around the way that you are setting yourself up for manifesting your life. Now, we have Venus in Capricorn, and Venus in Capricorn is an extremely it like really hires its standards. Venus, when it's in Capricorn, it wants the best and nothing but the best, and it doesn't have time to play, no games. Let's just get to the bottom of, or get to the top. Let's just like, and Venus represents relationships, your finances, and aesthetics. And so it wants top quality, and really long-term durability in all of these things. And so there's no shortcut with this energy. There's no let's get rich quick, or let's just hop to bed, or let's just fast fashion into this. And none of that is gonna settle with Venus in Capricorn. And so this is a beautiful energy for us to look into our values and what's important for us, and so that we can make things last, and we can create really good quality in our life. And Venus is creating this connection, a trine with Uranus during this new moon, which is opening us up to innovate. Venus in Capricorn tends to be very traditional, and it likes the way that it likes things, and it just kind of tends to follow a pattern, follow through. With Uranus in this trine, it's like this beautiful, harmonious, oh, I didn't think about that before. Let's change it up. Let's spruce it up. It's like an unexpected change. It's just like, oh, okay, right? And so it's very refreshing and invigorating and innovating in your relationships and your finances and your aesthetics. And so opening up to doing things differently, and while still like requiring that high quality and high standards, but in a way where you're just like, oh, I didn't think about doing that before. I didn't think about, or just kind of receiving ideas or brainstorming, or just completely seeing things from like a, aha. It just feels really good because it's a trine with Uranus and Taurus. Now, Mercury's in Capricorn, and it's also thinking about how can we make things better? How can I? It's great for planning. Mercury and Capricorn. It's really like, okay, I see the vision, or like I see where I want to get to, and so what do I have to do to get there? And so it'll be really good for just kind of like mapping out your year. Which, by the way, you guys, I'm doing a 2023 astrology call, so we can be looking at the astrology of next year of 2023. We're going to be talking about all of the retrogrades, Mercury retrograding, Venus is going to be retrograding. We're going to talk about Venus retrograde, which doesn't happen often. It happens once every 2 years. And we're going to be talking about the major shifts, the planetary shifts, which will be Saturn in Pisces. We haven't seen that in a while. Pluto in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter in Taurus, right? Jupiter is going to be in 2 different signs. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what it means, and we're going to talk about the flavors of what 2023 will be bringing up, and also eclipses. We're going to have new eclipses in Aries and Libra, and eclipses also in finishing out the cycle of Taurus and Scorpio. So be on the lookout for that call. It is going to be next Wednesday, December 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And even if you can't join us live, the recording will be sent to you. So be sure to sign up for that, and just really plan for next year, because that's what Mercury and Capricorn is really going to be helpful for, so that we can revisit any changes or make any like tweak things around, so that we can make things better, so that we can have a plan that really helps for to set us up for success. Now, what else do I want to tell you guys? Let's get into horoscopes. How about that? So for Aries, this new moon is happening for you in your career sector, in your vocation. Who do you want to be when you grow up? What's next for you? What are your plans? What are your business plans? Or simply, what do you want to work on and focus in your life? That is what your new moon intentions are to be designed for. And then Jupiter is in Aries, really reviving you, giving you a sense of like independence and having a greater more courage, or more boldness, more energy to really show up, to really be yourself, to share who you are, right? Just be really mindful again with Jupiter and Aries, not to overdo yourself, like not to just like get yourself into too many different things, just because it can create that overwhelm and that burnout. For Taurus, this is happening for you in your 9th house, so this is a great opportunity for you to set intentions in where do you want to travel? What do you want to learn? The 9th house deals with foreign affairs, with opening your mind and learning new things that are completely out there from your immediate surroundings. And it's about taking courses, or maybe you're teaching courses, or maybe you're thinking about what would you like to explore next. So that's the energy of the new moon. And Jupiter is in your 12th house, really igniting your dreams, igniting you to connect with your soul, to do that soul search, and to let go of anything that's not really you, that's not really true to you or authentic to you. So you're really doing that behind the scenes work. And the most important thing with this Jupiter is that it can sometimes just really want to have you isolate. It can sometimes just want you to be so behind the scenes, and so that just like reminder to to come out and to explore, right? That's what the new moon is going to be doing. So it's just an invitation for you not to do that overwhelming or to burn out from just being completely isolated, in a way where the burnout would be more of like not getting yourself out there enough. And so for Taurus, this new moon is happening for you in your 8th house, and this is a great time for you to set intentions in ways that you want to perhaps invest, and who you want to invest with, or what you want to invest in, and also creating greater success in your like relationships, that where you are creating more vulnerability and more intimacy in your relationships, and really opening up to that deeper connection, and facing your fears. A lot of like shadow work and psychological work gets done. So really taking that personal responsibility for your psychological health and working towards that. And Jupiter is in Aries, and Jupiter in Aries is igniting your willingness to like change your plans for the future, to see things from a different perspective, to connect with people that are more in alignment with who you want to be next, with people, with friends, with community, with just a network of people, or even just your audience, people that feel more like you are ready to share who you are, your more authentic self. For Cancer, this is happening for you in your 7th house. This new moon in Capricorn has to do with setting your intentions about the people that you want to connect with, that you want to partner up with, the relationships, to have healthier connections, to have strong, long-term partnerships and relationships in your life, to review your contracts, to maybe think about marriage, to think about partnering up with someone and really having that long-term commitment. Jupiter is in Aries, providing that, igniting your willingness to think of your future, to think about your career as well, to think about what you want to be known for and what's next for you. What are you aiming for? What is your long-term goals, right? And so it could be that this is helping you see who you can partner up with to create that mission, or to work on that purpose that you have. Again, with Jupiter in Aries, it can bring up just a lot of excitement and a lot of energy in that area of your life where you're just really wanting to work and wanting to put your name out there and be social and be seen. And it's just a reminder again not to take on too many things, not to do too much where you will burn yourself out, and where your relationships then may feel that burn. Now for Leo, this is happening. This new moon is in your 6th house, which has to do with your health, with your lifestyle, which deals with also like how you live your life day to day. This could also have to do with like your work environment, right? So setting these intentions of how you want to create this day-to-day life, and for better health reasons, to have more of a to just take more responsibility for your health. And Jupiter is in the 9th house, and Jupiter is giving you this opportunity to think outside the box, to maybe travel, to open up your mind and do things differently. Perhaps a coach, perhaps some sort of mentor comes in and shows you a different way, or opens your vision and your way of thinking into creating more healthier options for you. For Virgo, this is happening in your fifth house. This is the energy that deals with your romance, with your love, with your creativity, with creative projects and children. And so you may be setting intentions that have to do with your ability to enjoy life more, to have more fun, to tap into your inner child, to tap into your creativity, to date more, or to have more romance in your life, to open up to love. And Jupiter is in the 8th house, and Jupiter in the 8th house is blessing you with the opportunity to really do face your fears, and to just have more of like this greater joy in opening yourself to being vulnerable, to being seen for who you are, and to have greater intimacy. So really opening your heart and really opening yourself to take risks and have more adventure in your life. And it's also helping you to know how to invest, who to trust, to open up, and also just your money, your resources, your energy. How do you want to invest that in a way that it brings you that joy and opens you up to greater creativity and love? For Libra, this new moon is happening for you in your 4th house, which deals with your home, your family, your emotional stability. And so this is a great time for you to set intentions about how you want to live. And Jupiter's in your 7th house, which is your relationships, your partnerships. So this has to do with like, how do you want to live and who you want to share your space with? Who do you want to share your private life? How are you opening up to having greater joy and taking more courage, having more courage with opening up in relationships, so that you can have a greater sense of emotional stability? And this also 4th house Capricorn, and for you it has to do with also like working from home, or finding ways of working that feel very comfortable for you. And so having just like how that then is, maybe the motivation comes from your partnerships. Maybe you're motivated to change the way that you work from your partnerships. So then we're talking about Scorpio. And Scorpio, this for you is happening in your 3rd house, and your 3rd house has to do with your communication, your throat chakra, with speaking your message, sharing your truth, and what do you want to design? What do you want to talk about? What's your message? That's what the new moon intentions would be for. And also has to do with your siblings, with transportation, with short-term travel. So taking care of maybe like your car, your methods of transportation, or thinking of like different ways of getting by, or just planning any short travels would also be something that you could do with this new moon. And then you have Jupiter in the 6th house, which has to do with your lifestyle, with your day-to-day, with your health, with how you live your life, and the rituals that you have from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, how you take care of your body. And so this has to do with your ability to, with that eagerness, with that joy, with that expansiveness that you want to create in your day-to-day life, to have more joy, to have more freedom, and to also with Jupiter here and this connection with the 3rd house, there could be so much going on, like so many ideas, so much wanting for you to get done, that you're really going to need to stick to to-do list. You're really going to need to, like, because this can bring up a lot of scattered energy. So making sure that you are staying grounded, and creating like little notes for yourself, because this can be a lot of energy for you in your body and your mental space. For Sagittarius, this is happening in your 2nd house, and your 2nd house has to do with it's the area of your finances, the area of your properties, your savings, what you're valuing. And so this may be the time where you want to set intentions about how you want to work, how you want to save, what do you want to spend your money on, what do you want to buy, and what do you really truly value. And Jupiter is in your 5th house, and Jupiter is showing you matters of the heart, what you love, what brings you joy, what ignites your creativity. And so perhaps because you're taking greater leaps of faith and having more courage in your fifth house where your creative juices are being ignited, you are finding different ways of working, or you're saving differently, or again, be mindful with that overdoing, overspending, overwhelm that Jupiter can create, and drain your savings account because you're just so happy, so go lucky that you're just enjoying so much that it drains, right? So be mindful of that overwhelming energy. And then Capricorn, this is happening for you in your first house, and this is your new moon. This is your new beginning, and you may want to set intentions about how do you want to show up? How do you want to be seen in the world? How do you want to see yourself? And your personal style, your way of being in the world. And Jupiter is in your fourth house, igniting that sense of joy and courage in having greater emotional stability, in growing a family, or creating more joy or expansions in your home sector, in your private life. And so it's really giving you this courage and also this confidence to put yourself out there, from having this greater sense of stability, emotional stability, and also just being mindful that you could be overdoing yourself, right? Jupiter in the fourth house can have you, just maybe growing so much in that personal space that it can feel like oh my goodness, hold on a second, let me take a moment to reclaim who I am, as you're growing emotionally or internally. For Aquarius, this is happening for you in your 12th house, and the 12th house has to do with your karmic contracts, with karmic debt, with releasing, with surrendering, with finishing out any karmic contracts, or also just reconnecting with your spirituality, with your soul work, with your dreams. And it's a great opportunity for you to set intentions of really working with your spirituality. And Jupiter is in your third house, igniting your throat chakra, igniting your communication, allowing you to share the messages that you find through your meditation, through your spiritual connection, through downloads, or just because that new moon in Capricorn really requires you to spend time alone to do an inventory of what you've learned throughout the year, because you're coming up to an end of a cycle. Your birthday's next, and so Capricorn season is really a time for Aquarius to do that reflection, to realize what's leaving, what's ending, what you're surrendering, and so then that way you can start your year with a very fresh, clean slate. And so Jupiter's allowing you to really connect with that energy of being able to share and talk about what you learned, what you're ready to release. And also it's a great opportunity for you to market yourself, for you to it's bringing you a greater connection with your siblings as well. And for Pisces, this is happening for you in your 11th house. And so this is a great opportunity for you to set intentions about who you want to connect with, network with, the community that you want to be part of, or the community that you want to create, the audience that you want to have, because Jupiter is in your second house, and it is igniting your ability to be resourceful, and it is bringing a greater sense of courage and taking leaps of faith in how you make your money, and how you create resources for yourself, and how you take care of your finances. But again, we're being mindful that Jupiter here can also be just kind of burning through your finances and just getting so excited, so fired up that you can be overspending. And this could also look like you're having to spend and invest in something because it's going to bring you a greater connection with your community, or greater sense of of belonging in like creating contacts or networking with people that will in turn bring you more opportunities. So there you have it. Okay, you guys, that is it for now. Happy new moon in Capricorn, and we'll stay in touch. Till next time. Bye.